Hey there, thanks a lot for tuning in. In this video, we're gonna look at how you become a faster sprinter on inline skates. The pros are fast and there's a reason why they're so fast at skating. I'm gonna go through the key points, the reasons why they're faster than you are. And then I'm gonna teach you how to get better and how to improve those three things. In fact, if we simplify things, there's just three main factors that determine how fast you go on inlines. It is the length of your strokes, it is how much power or energy you develop in those strokes, and then it's your cadency off the strokes. So more strokes, longer strokes, and more powerful strokes is basically how you become fast at skating. Easier said than done, but here are my tricks. Today, we're starting on the shoes. The reason for this, after we're gonna hit the skates, but the reason for this is that two of those three fundamental skills that you need to get are actually something that you can easily train on shoes instead of skates. First of which is flexibility. You need to be very flexible in order to start fast. And there's flexibility in different areas. I'm gonna go straight to it. First way is that in order to create speed on skates, you will never be able to just skate with your straights pointing forward, at least not in the beginning, in the starting phase. You need to twist the hips open and then push like that. All right, even if you're not super flexible, almost every person of you, all of you would be able to do this with your leg, right? Or with your hips technically. However, if you're not flexible enough, this is gonna tilt you to the side, it's gonna rock you from side to side. And when you land in this position, there's no chance that you can immediately push straight forward. So you need this to not be You need this to not counter work how you use your legs and your muscles. So try and stretch as much as you can to decrease the restriction that you feel around the hip, the waist area, so that you will be able to skate unrestricted like that. Basically, just like you see Usain Bolt do his 100-meter running sprint. This is what you want to do in skates, except your feet are pointing to the sides. And again, if they're only tilting or pointing a little outwards, you're much more, the risk of losing it and not having an immediate pressure is just going to go up. So stretch that. The most simple way to do it is just to do like that. Do in and out, point everything straight forward, and open that thing. Another thing that's very important is the hip flexors. Hip flexors is these guys. You can either stretch them like that, classic waist, or you can do a stretch / activation, where you kind of a bit of walking style, where you go like this, you lift it, it's already going to activate, and then when you're up there, you stretch it, so it goes like, and point out, and point out. And if you want to do this as a warm-up exercise, once you're at it, you can also activate your calves. As you walk forward, go into toes and stretch forward. So there's many ways to do this. And then the final reason why you want to be so flexible in this area is that if this is limiting you, if this is restricting you, you're not smoothly going to be able to have all of your body weight with you, so that when you land your skates, you're already in a perfect position, ready to move on to the next step. If you're not capable of doing this, then you won't be pointing everything straight forward when skating. It's gonna pull you out of position. So you gotta be able to kind of relax as much as possible when twisting your body in these unnatural positions. So you should be able to do this. The next fundamental skill that you need to develop if you want to be a fast starter on inline skates is your strength. You need to be strong, you need to be powerful in order to go fast. So the first thing you looked at here is being flexible and able to actually perform the movements so that you can take long strokes. Now you need to put power in. There's, of course, the classic strength training. You can do weightlifting, you can do different exercises to become really snappy, to increase the rate at which you can develop force, which is going to make you faster, and it's going to make you able to do or develop more energy, more pushes, more speed in a shorter amount of time. But you also need to strengthen your core in order to not lose all of that speed in an upper body that is not engaged. So a lot of core workout is just super important. And make sure it's not just crunches, not just the closing up, opening, or also not just statical exercises. You need something that kind of throws you out of position. It could be ball throws. It's a good idea because that will teach you how to engage your core so that you're not flying out of position. So even if you have the most powerful legs, if your upper body can't hold it, it really won't go into the ground, and it definitely won't allow you to go faster forward. So the core, especially in the start, has to be strong. If it's not strong, you can't keep this connected, and your hips are going to fly backwards. If this is strong and engaged, it's much easier to keep it underneath yourself. And also, the upper body has to point forward. Same as with the hips. If this is not flexible, then it's going to twist you out of position. But even if this is flexible and solid, if the upper body is just going to fumble around, you still won't be able to create speed as fast as you want. Now, the third and final point that you want to improve in order to go fast when you start on your inlines is to be good at skating. This part of it, we will have to do it on the skates, so let's just switch location. So yeah, like I said, the last part you will have to do on the skates, but then again, it could be a lot worse. I mean, skating is the most fun of all, right? So on the skates, it's basically just becoming a better skater. The first step, especially if you're a younger skater still growing, is just agility and developing general skating skills. Be more comfortable, be good at skating backwards, skating on one leg, skating on two legs, skating on one wheel. Anything, just have more skate control, because when you're on the start, you need to be agile. You can't actively think about what you're doing. This has to be so natural that you're just skating fast without thinking about it. So this is going to take years and years of practice, but it doesn't have to be boring, simple skating. You can do hockey tournaments on wheels, you can do soccer games, you can do all kinds of agility exercises. So it's really a lot of fun. And once you got that developed, then it's time to be more specific. This is where, I mean, if you want to be good at a 100 meter, you got to do 100 meters. So this is where you apply all the things, all the flexibility, all the strength, all of that is going to turn into great skating. So this is where you just do starts and really focus on every aspect of the starts. So some of it could be just the first few steps. Some of it could be 100 meters, 200 meters, flying starts, top speed, because it is a very complex thing, even though it sounds simple. Thanks for being here. It was fun. Now I'm gonna go for a skate. I mean, this is really not the worst place in the world. Thanks for watching this. I hope, even though I'm not a sprinter myself, that I could help you guys out with some advice here. There's videos, there's a subscribe thing, there's everything you need to know. And then I'm just see you for next time.